Yep. Got you now.
Okay. Well, we're going to start over. We're going to start over here, everyone.
Don't forget to record now, Dale.
I'm still recording.
Okay.
It says we're still recording, so I'm gonna go with it here. Okay. Okay. Now, I want to play this. I want to play our friend here again, Maringo Mike. I want everybody to see him.
I don't.
Let's bring him up here, and he's gonna welcome everyone tonight. All right. Here comes Maringo Mike.
Hello and welcome all you COS leaders. I'm so happy to be here to open the August State meeting. I know there's a lot to cover tonight, including news on the exciting summit that just concluded. But before we get started, I wanted to tell you a little about myself, as I'm kind of still new to this group. I'm from Marengo, home of the Marengo Cave in Crawford County. It has 5 miles of known passageway, and it's a national landmark. It's one of the most beautiful caves in Indiana. It was discovered in 1883 by 2 children, Horace and his sister Blanche, while they were out playing. And because the cave is all I've ever known, I believe they placed me in the cave to protect its heritage, the animals, and the land. I am a character after all, right? But that is why I think I've been led to Convention State, because protecting our Constitution and freedoms are our highest priority. Thanks again for making me a part of that here in Indiana. And without further ado, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Dale. So, here's Dale.
All right. Maringo Mike. So we're gonna use him wherever we can, and hopefully he'll be a good addition to our group here in Indiana. I hope everyone was able to see that, right? So okay, let's get going on with the agenda. We got a lot to cover tonight. A lot of the things that we normally do cover tonight. I won't go through the agenda word by word here. We're going to give a Patriot 10 tonight and get caught up on, of course, we're going to be talking about the Leadership Summit that just concluded over the weekend. We got a lot to cover tonight, so I want to get started here. If there's any kind of message that I'd like to portray for or put forward for this call, the message is it's time to get focused, because you're going to see we got a lot of things yet to do to reach our objectives for this year. So it's time to get focused. Okay, so let's get started here. Vision statement: build a Hoosier grassroots community of citizens and legislators dedicated to the constitutional concept of self-governance. That's been our vision statement all along. The objectives in our mission statement that we're trying to achieve this year: meet quarterly and present the 34 Ready Plan to all targeted legislators. We're going to be talking about that tonight and how we've progressed with that. Grow the grassroots to 40,000. Okay, we're going to be also addressing that tonight. We have a lot of work to do there. Establish 7 region captains. Still got a lot of work to do there. We do have a new region captain we're going to introduce to you tonight, but we still have a ways to go there. And create 4 Young American high school chapters. We're working on that. We're coming along, but we still have a ways to go on that one too. So we got a lot of work to do, folks, here in the state of Indiana. So first of all, though, I want to bring on Rodney and give us a national update. And I think, Rodney, you want to talk about the Leadership Summit. So you there, Rodney? Hey, Rodney. You there? Unmute yourself, Rodney.
Well, let me start over. We're starting over all the place. Thanks. Yeah, good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay. We didn't have a national update, so I didn't post any on any of the state Slacks this week, or Susan didn't, until today, and we had a national staff meeting. What we covered in the national staff meeting today was kind of a reflection and talking about what we could do better and what went well with the summit we had this past weekend. And for those of you that were there, you got to see it. So about all I really have is kind of an overview of the summit itself. And we'd like for everybody that was there to share their experiences everywhere you can. And those of you that got to watch it remotely and participate that way, also reflect back and share your experiences there as well. And we'd like to share all those videos that you'll see coming out anywhere and everywhere you can. We need to keep the passion and the momentum, the excitement of what happened at the summit going for as long as we can. So just a general overview, because I know there's some others going to speak on this. Kind of my takeaway, well, it was awesome meeting everybody. I was a greeter at the door the first day, kind of like a Walmart greeter, but not really. Saw people come in from their travels, and they were tired and distressed and didn't know where to go, whatever. And I think I put some smiles on some people's faces as they showed up. Got to talk to some people I've never known their names, didn't see them. Got to see people that I know and I haven't met, and then others that I've met. So it was a really great day, the first day. The whole thing was. But the summit started with the theme of self-governance, and it played all the way through from Mark Meckler on the opening speech, David Barton, Mark Levin for sure, Pete Hegseth, all of them. The whole thing was about that, and the workshops that I had was kind of themed around that as well. But we can't go into details or take questions on that here because it's a deep subject, but we had that on a 501c3 day that was sponsored by Citizens Self-Governance, so I wasn't able to get into details on that, and neither were any of the speakers on Friday. So next year we'll do better on that, because I think it'd be explained a little bit more. But it was just an awesome experience being there, and I'm sure it was watching it from home as well. So I'll leave it at that, and I'm sure you'll hear about more of that from others on the call tonight.
Yeah, I've got some. I've got a slide here. Hope you can all see it. Got some pictures that I've collected from people at the summit. Paul and Gary, I know you were both there. You got any comments about the summit that you'd like to make?
Dale, this is Paul. I'll jump in here and just say it was a great event. The next time we do one, if you have the opportunity, I'd suggest you go. It was really nice to get to meet face-to-face a lot of the national staff and the leadership in some of the other states that we talked to on Slack or on video conferences. And the speakers were awesome. So I really enjoyed it.
Good, good. Gary, you want to say anything you want to say? Gary Harbaugh? Okay. All right. I can't hear. We're not hearing you, Gary. I don't know if you're.
Dale, this is Gary.
There you go.
I just want to say that, yeah, it was a great experience. One of the things I come away with is how important it is what we are doing for the future of our country, and cannot overemphasize that too much. It's really important, and it's valuable for us to do this work. And if when the next one comes around, I want everybody to get there, because you will learn a lot.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. Well, Rodney, you still on there?
I am. Yep.
Rodney, I wanted to let everyone know about Paul's award that he received. You want to tell us about what the challenge coin represents in Convention of States?
Yeah. So Mark came up with this idea, I'm sure, with one or two others somewhere along the lines back. It might have been 3 years ago. And the history of the challenge coin goes back to is a thing they do in the military. And I won't get into that. But for us, the challenge coin is, there were 300 of them made, and the mold for that was broken. There won't be any more made. We heard there's maybe 100 of them left or something like that. The challenge coin is an award. We nominate an award to somebody who has gone above and beyond for a period of time, not just for one instance of something. Sorry, not just for a one-time thing. It's the patriots that are given the passion and the dedication over a period of time and really moving the whole movement forward, as well as the state itself. And for my part, well, I'll let you go ahead into it, so don't get too deep into this, Dale. But that's kind of the history of the challenge coins. So,
okay,
special award for those who go going above and beyond for the dedication and passion and saving this country with Convention of States.
Yes, and I think we should all be honored that Paul was nominated for this award. There are only 300 of these being given out. I'm not sure how many have been given to date, but there will only be 300 of these awarded throughout the whole Convention of States organization. And there are a few of us here in Indiana that have received this award. I hesitated to do this because I'm sure I'm going to miss somebody here, but I know I received one. I think Jerry Rowe has received a challenge coin, and of course Diane Gomez, our previous state director, received a challenge coin. I'm probably missing someone else here in Indiana, and I apologize if I am. But Paul has certainly deserved this award, and I was able to. I don't know if any of you were able to watch the streaming of it, but I was able to see that evening and where Mark Levin spoke, but also where these coins were awarded, and we got to see Paul come up and accept his award. Paul, you're on tonight. You got anything you want to say?
I'll just say it was I was really excited to get that. It was the award itself is a big honor, but then to receive it at the summit with Rodney and Mark Meckler presenting it to me, and the great one, Mark Levin, standing front and center in the audience when I got that was really a great experience. So thanks for nominating me.
Excellent, excellent. Well deserved, my man. Well deserved.
I'll explain a little bit of what happened there. We typically, some of you may have seen on some other webinars where challenge coin awards are presented, and there's the state director and the regional director, and Mark Meckler usually says a few things. There were 22 of them awarded that night, Paul's being one of them, and it was the night for Mark Levin, the dinner, the banquet, and there was just not enough time for doing any announcements or any presentations in the way we normally do them. So as you saw, it was award the certificate and the handshake and across the stage. It was great being able to do that at the summit. I kind of coordinated this with Dale ahead of time, and we thought Dale couldn't be there, so I was going to read some words from him and explain mine. But for my part, what I've seen in Paul is he's been on the project for a long time, and he's a strategy guy. He's helped me out in helping train other people in other states with legislative management tool, the LMS. and he's always there when I need him. He's stepped up through the ranks to kind of assistant state director with Dale, and he's got the passion, dedication. He's always there for anybody that needs him, including me. So thank you, Paul.
All right. Good going, Paul. Thank you very much. All right, well, let's move on then to, let's give out one of our own awards here, another Patriot Pin. And once again now, a Patriot Pin for somebody here locally that's really stepped up, going above and beyond, really shining for us. So we like to recognize those individuals whenever we can. And tonight, we're going to recognize Vicki Mooring, the new district captain in District 50 here in Region 3. Vicki, are you on tonight? I saw your name, but I don't know if you ever connected. So Vicki, are you on tonight?
I am on.
There you are. There, all right. And we can see you too. It's awful dark, but we can see you. I know Vicki is, from what I know, Vicki is a new district captain, but has done everything that we expect out of a district captain, and she's doing it right from the very get-go. So I want to thank you, Vicki, for everything that you've done so far. I'm going to let Gary come on to say a few words, but as soon as I get my Social Security check, I'll mail you the pin itself, okay?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Gary, did you want to say anything, Gary Harbaugh?
Indeed, I do. Just congratulate Vicki on. Vicki has been an outstanding district captain, relatively new, but she worked her way through the training with some technological challenges, but she persisted and got that done, and she's ran the booth at the Huntington County Fair, organized that, and did a tremendous job there, and was actually able right there at the fair to connect with a couple of her legislators and do some other really self-governance things, as well as having other meetings with her state representative and state senator. And so hats off to Vicki for a job well done.
Good deal. Good deal. I think Paul, when we get to the legislative part, Paul's going to say a few words about you too, Vicki. So stay on, and once again, we want to thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let's move on then to, we're going to get now into the grassroots area, where we're going to recognize and identify some new leaders that we have on board. Got a new district captain down in District 88, which is in Region 7. We really need some new district captains down there. So got a new district captain there, Sam Van Leer. And I think Sam's going to be, seems like a great young man. I talked to him on the phone. Very, very much a constitutional buff. So I think, I think Sam's going to be a good district captain for us. We had a district captain complete his training early in the month of August, Gary Spielman in District 82. And Gary, I think you're on tonight, right? Can you come on camera and say hi to everyone? Let me see if I've got you. I think I got you muted there. I'll try and unmute you there. There, you should be unmuted. Can you come on, Gary?
Yeah, I'm on.
You're on? All right. There he is. There he is. All right. All right, Gary. Gary Harbaugh, anything you wanted to say about Gary? We got two Garys here tonight.
Definitely want to say welcome to Gary. I'm glad you've gotten through the training, and looking forward to working with you as we move forward. So thank you for persisting and getting that completed.
Hey, not a problem. I enjoyed it.
All right, good, good. Now, Gary, you live in Kendallville, right?
Correct.
Right. Yeah, we've been, I know we've been looking for a district captain in your district for a long, long time, even back when I was a region captain. So I was really, really pleased to see you step forward in that district. So once again, thank you very much. And
No problem.
just talk to Vicki. She'll tell you exactly what you need to start doing, okay?
I will definitely do that.
All right. All right, Gary. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, Richard, are you coming on there, bud? We have a new region captain for Region 2, Richard Loken. And Richard, I know you were on earlier. Trying to find you on here, and I can't find you now. Don't tell me you dropped off.
Well, can you see me?
There. I can hear you. I don't see you.
All right, let's
There you
try this
are.
again.
All right. Whoop, you disappeared.
Hold, give it a second.
All right. Richard was the district captain in District 17 in Region 2. And you talk about a guy that has done everything expected out of a district captain. This guy did it and is still doing it and has more to do yet this summer. And I just decided that, man, he's been such a great district captain. Let's make him a region captain. And he accepted the offer. So congratulations, Richard. Anything you want to, and Richard went to the summit, as a matter of fact. I should have.
Yes, I did.
Got some pictures of him there at the summit. Anything, Richard? Anything you want to say?
Well, I know I've got my work cut out for me as a region captain, and I'll tell you, I got some information at the beginning of this week after getting back that Convention Estates will be marching in the Blueberry Parade on Monday, Labor Day, here in Plymouth. And the Blueberry takes in almost, not quite 1 million people in 4 days, but the only thing that's bigger than our Blueberry here is the Milwaukee State Fair. So if we've got anybody that wants to march with Convention Estates in the parade, it's about a 2-mile walk, and we'll take everybody that we can get out here. All you have to do is hit me up in Slack. I can give you directions where to meet and what to do.
All right.
And we're going to rock from there.
I think I'm not. I may be mistaken, but I think Richard's the first one to do a parade for Convention Estates here in Indiana. If I'm mistaken, please someone correct me. But so this ought to be very, very exciting. And I know this Blueberry Festival is very, very big. Back in my car show days, I know one of the things there is a big car show. Was always a very, very big feature, big event in the festival. All right, Richard. Well, thank you very much, my man, and welcome aboard as a region captain. And I'm sure you'll be very successful. Thank you very much, Richard.
Thank you.
One quick note on this before I forget it, and I got to meet Richard at the summit. That was awesome.
Oh, okay.
Great to meet you, Richard. When he mentioned the parade, we got a region it was the central region that does a lot of events, and they're always taking pictures, and the national team and some across the state get to see those pictures and the action and activity that region's doing. I don't know what it is with the cameras in the other regions, like the past states region, but we need those pictures and those stories so we can share those out there and build that excitement across the country with everything everybody's doing, and so the national team knows what you're doing.
Good. Thanks, Rodney. So, Richard, you need to get some pictures, okay, of the parade. That'd be great. Okay. I want to get into some of our tracking reports, and I'm not gonna spend any time on detail here because these reports will be pinned to our general channel on Slack. So you can look for them there and look and go through the detail at that time. But here's this one is the districts per region. We're down to 20 districts, 20 district captains, and throughout the state. So we're still looking for more district captains, obviously. We've got Richard makes our 3rd region captain, so we're still trying to hit 7 region captains. So we're still looking for more region captains. And but I will tell you this: we've got some good district captains coming up, and I think we got some good promising candidates for region captains. But I also wanted to mention when we did the Patriot Pin that we got some more Patriot Pins to hand out here in the near future, because we've got some district captains that have really stepped up. So anyway, the next one is our petition growth tracking, and here's another area where we got to get busy. We got to get focused. Our goal is to hit 40,000, and we're at, through about August 24th is when we pulled these numbers, we're at just over 35,000. So we got a ways to go. We got to get about 5,000 more people on board here by the end of the year, and we're running out of time. So, folks, when all these activities that we're involved in, like the information tables, the parades, going to other events, speaking at events, those should be time to get people to sign a petition and join Convention of States. So that's all part of growing the grassroots. So whenever we have the opportunity to talk to people and get them to join Convention of States by signing the petition, that's how we're going to get these numbers to grow. So everything we do, on my live broadcast, everything we do should be geared toward growing the grassroots. This is what we've got to do. Now, along that vein, I want to tell you something that we've introduced here starting in July, and this is a program where we've set expectations for our district captains. Our district captains are charged with holding legislator meetings, legislator appointments, meetings and events, and communicating
Am I the only one that the frame is frozen?
Yeah, I can't hear it either.
Yeah, it's frozen here too.
Presto changeo.
Looks like Dale left the meeting, so he'll be right back.
Yeah, Dale hates it when this stuff happens too. It really grinds his gears on when there's technical problems like this.
Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I'm still connected.
Yeah, I think everybody's around. I think Dale got kicked off, and if he realizes it, he'll come back in.
Or maybe he's just going to talk to himself for about a half hour.
While we're waiting on him, I was starting to step in on those petition signers, and I decided I'd wait till the end, and so I wasn't dragging out the call. He was talking about the signed petitions. I'm sorry, I can't remember who asked me this question recently about the supporters versus petition signers, and I think it came from the weekly roundup. And I identified what the difference was there. So getting petition signers can also be, if you go into your district dashboard, you can filter on the people that like have a phone number and have an email address, and the most likely ones you want to target are the ones that have volunteer equals yes in the district dashboard. And when you see those, you can call those people and have a conversation with them if they haven't signed the petition, and try to get them to go to the site and sign the petition. They may have joined Convention of States quite some time ago, and they just didn't feel like signing the petition at the time, but as they've maybe seen the momentum of the organization, they may be interested in actually signing that petition. So I don't know how many Indiana has that haven't signed the petition in the database, but it's worth each district captain, region captain going in there and looking in the database and the district dashboard and seeing how many there are that have not signed the petition. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, it's kind of hard to get someone, you leave them a couple of messages and they're not calling back. You know, and then you speak to someone on the phone for 90 minutes and then you find out they're moving. You know, it's like, you got to be kidding me. 90 minutes, I was on that phone with that lady, was it Friday night? When we were there networking, I tried making some calls, leaving messages. And the lady lives like about a mile from where I am, and I told her the street I lived on, and then, you know, she's like, that house right there, the old, yep. 90 minutes going back and forth about everything. She's loving this and that, and then she's like, well, I'll be finished moving by the October to Michigan. Well, that's great. I'll give you a month when you get there. You call me, and I'll hook you up with someone there, and then you can do the volunteering in the state of Michigan.
They need some help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, just maybe an email to them, especially if they signed up like in 2015, 16, 17. Say, hey, if you signed up a long time ago and maybe didn't know to sign the petition, just leave it at an email. Just kind of poke them.
Well, yeah, I noticed for me taking over here in Region 2 in House District 17, Marshall, Fulton County area, there was a lot of people that weren't getting caught up. I mean, you know, everybody in the state level can only contact so many people. So, you know, I see a low percentage of emails that do get open. So that's why when I send an email, even the ones that mark spam, I see that, and then I'm trying to, hey, this isn't spam. Open me. You know, I send them another one real quick. They're like, what? But now I'm trying to relay that the people that open the emails, I don't want to call them as much as I want to call the ones that aren't opening, saying, hey, you know, you and I live in the same town. This isn't like some junk email. I'm actually over here. And I'm trying that with the newsletter to reach out to them, having Indiana monthly, you know, Convention of State newsletter that, you know, the subject lines can be, hey, this is, you know, Richard Logan from over here on South Michigan Street, Convention of States, and blah, blah, blah. To try and draw their attention to get them back into, hey, whoa, yeah, I remember this now.
Hey, Rich, texting people works real good, too, because, you know, a lot of people, if they don't know who's calling, they won't answer the phone. And, you know, like you said, a lot of emails don't get open, but people look at their text messages because you know, they can do it without any interference and stuff. So texting people is probably the next step before you call them even.
Yeah, I've thought about that as well. Everybody likes a little bit of screen time on their phone. So I was thinking I'll call, I'll leave a message, and then you know, if I message them, text them, I'll be like, hey, this is Richard, you know, yada, yada, yada. I left you a message. Now I'm reaching out this way. But I don't want to, like, bog them down to where they're like, okay, let me block the email. Let me block that number.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to.
Hey, can I call you after this meeting and talk about the parade?
Sure.
This is George. Okay, will do.
All right.
Yeah, Richard, I appreciate you following up on those emails and the newsletters like that to let them know it's not a marketer, not spam, not whatever. And once they mark it as spam, I think they have to go back into their profile, or with their permission, you can go into their profile and mark it as not spam if they say they do want to continue to receive those emails. So that's cool that you're doing that. Across the country, a lot of the district captains, region captains don't realize that. They really need to be getting in there and doing that kind of thing with the people in their district.
Well, I was just nosing around one night and I saw that, so, you know.
Yeah.
But I ran into a guy, I saw a name, since I deliver mail here in town, and I saw some names of people that are on my route that I walk. So the one gentleman, I was delivering the mail, and I'm like, hey, thanks for signing up for Convention Estates. He shut off he's pressure washing the side of his house. He shut off. He's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I saw you joined. He's like, he's like, because he got a thank you letter, and I put on it, you know, your mailman, Richard, you know, at the bottom. I added that in, and he's like, I thought something was wrong at first, because I was like, what's my mailman doing sending me a letter, an email? But I gave him a copy of Liberty Amendment, so because he's like, this is exactly what we need. I was like, hey, read this, pass it along, and you know, get some other people here, pass it around, share it with family and friends. We need all the help we can get.
Hi, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I posted a couple of questions. Any chance while we're waiting for Dale that I could have somebody address those questions I have?
Well, hi everyone. Are you all still there?
Hey, welcome back. Where'd you go?
An option to change the font size of font. Look at those questions later, brother.
Thank you all for staying on. I don't know. My screen just went blank. The whole computer shut down. I got one of those blue screen messages that they've encountered a problem. So I can't believe you all are still there. But thank you for holding on.
This is the time of night that power companies switch their distribution over, and if they don't know what they're doing, you can get a little flick of no power outage. So you might have got caught by that.
Well, it could have been. I don't know. So
yeah, you get those power company trainees in there, you know. That oops. Oh well.
Well, thank you all for hanging on. This has been one heck of a state call, I'll tell you. Okay, I was talking about. Let's hope this lasts. It says it's still recording, so I guess this state call will be in 2 sessions, 2 recorded groups. I guess I don't know, but anyway, I had just finished up talking about the district captain expectations that we had set forth for our district captains. So let's go on here and let's go to the legislative area. Paul, are you still there with us tonight?
Yes, I am.
All right.
So I want to go. Well, first of all, nothing new on the podcast, but let's talk about Vicki. She's been doing a fantastic job with legislator meetings. She asked me to come along on a couple. We met with Representative Dan Leonard yesterday, had a great meeting, and it was a week or so ago we met with Senator Zay as well. So she's met with her legislators. Vicki, can you come on and talk a little bit about how your meetings went?
Yeah. How's that? I got a little more light now.
Looks good. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you want me to say, what we talked about, or the meeting with Senator Zay, I thought was really good. He's a new senator, so he listened, and I had some questions for him, and basically what he told me, if he tries to get the message out to people, if he tries to publish an article in a newspaper or something like that, they just won't print it. And I asked him what we could do to help, and he said for all the district captains, it's important for them to meet with their legislatures. They love to have you guys talk to them. So I kind of wanted to get that across because I thought that was important.
What kind of questions did he have for you, Vicki?
Pardon?
What kind of questions did he have for you? Did he have any questions?
Not really. He just said it was important for us with the Convention of States to get out there and go to town hall meetings, to meet with our legislators, let them know what we're doing and keep them informed. So I was just trying to stress that to the other district captains that haven't gotten with their legislatures. They're really nice people and they're easy to talk to. This was the second meeting then we had yesterday with Representative Leonard. I talked to him about term limits with both of them, and they're both not in favor of them, and they explained to me why. I think that's a negotiable number. I particularly wanted to talk to Representative Leonard about the red flag law here in Indiana, and he explained it to me. And just to let everybody know that the red flag law we have here in Indiana isn't anything like the one that they're proposing nationally. So I wanted everybody to know that.
So I'd like to add that Vicki did a great job at both of the meetings. She educated both of her legislators about Convention of States, and then she was exercising self-governance by bringing up this red flag law, which was an important issue to her. And you know, I think both the senator and the representative really respected that, and were interested in what her concerns were. So this is the kind of thing we'd like all of our district captains to do. And it's, I hope you back me on this, Vicki. It's pretty easy to do. They're generally happy to meet with you. They're just normal people, and so I'd encourage everybody to get with your legislators. And I'm available. I'm happy to come with you if it fits in the schedule. If you need any support or extra answers. Really, in both of the meetings I attended with Vicki, I'd say she did 80% of the talking, and I did 20% from our side. So, great job, and that's part of why you got a Patriot pin, by the way.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think the hardest part is just getting the meeting set. At least it was for me. Going to it, then it became easy after that. They're normal people, they're very nice, and they made it very easy. So,
all right, thank you, Vicki, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I lost this transmission again. I had to log out and come back on again. So I don't know what's happening tonight, but we'll get as far as we can get. Okay, Paul, what did you want to go over some discussion topics?
Yeah, we kind of covered it when we talked about what Vicki did, but okay. I'll just reiterate, when you do meet with legislators, you can talk to them about amendments that they may like or dislike. In Vicki's case, it was they had some concerns with term limits. Also talked about our need to update our faithful commissioner law, and most particularly to be sending more than 2 commissioners and 2 alternates. And after talking through that, both of the representatives we met with were in favor of that. So, and then you can certainly bring up any topic you want, exercising self-governance like Vicki did with the red flag laws. So that's a great model of how to do a meeting.
Okay. All right, great.
That's all I've got, Dale.
Let's talk about targeted legislatures.
Oh, that's right. We wanted to talk about targeted legislators.
Yeah.
So
we've made some progress, made a little progress, but we got a long way to go here.
Right. Both of Vicki's legislators happen to be target legislators. So we're trying to target any legislators who are new since we passed our resolution in 2016, as well as anybody on the judiciary committees for both the House and the Senate, because those are the committees we'll have to go through to update the Faithful Commissioner Law. So particularly if you have one of the target legislators in your district, we'd like you to get a meeting with them before the session starts.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Thanks, Paul. Thanks.
Sure.
All right. Let's go to the comms team. Ken, you got anything to report on tonight?
Hello, Dale. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we outside of some of the extracurricular activities we've seen earlier tonight, really what I've been working on and getting a lot of feedback from most of the district captains that I've been communicating with is still a bit of I'll call it jet lag with our email blast and our Citizens Builder email blast situation. And I know both Larry Hudson and Gary, I've talked with Gary recently, seem to have a bit of a problem with sending out emails still. So there's some things that I'm looking into to try and streamline that process a little bit or clarify it a little bit, and it might have to go into Module 5 as well. But the thing that I think both Larry, at least I know Larry would probably address is there seems to be a huge amount of people that are in our email blast situations that have either bad email addresses or no email addresses at all. And a very poor response rate. So I think those are a couple of areas we need to try and figure out how to do a better job, how to maybe work on getting better response in our email. And I know that I think Gary had brought up tonight that texting works really well as well. But that's really where my focus is here going forward a little bit. I know I've been quite busy the last couple of weeks myself with some outside things, but the email seems to be an ongoing situation where it's kind of hit or miss and a little bit clunky still. So I don't know whether that's something that National can eventually help streamline, and I don't know of any way that we could actually start to filter through and clean up our database. But if there's a way that we can start to get more correct email addresses, and I think Larry might speak to this later, but if we, in our round table, but there seems to be a lot of single enrollees or people that have volunteered, and their spouse is not included. A couple of things that Larry and I talked about, but anyway, I just wanted to bring them to the forefront tonight, and it's just a couple of things that I think trying to focus on a little bit going forward. But that's about all I have.
Okay, all right, Ken, thank you. John, Ken, before you leave, well,
I'm back.
I don't know what the recording is going to look like of this call tonight, but I may need you to do some editing to try and piece it together here. So just
I might have to get my scissors out. Is that what it is?
Yes, you are. I think so.
Okay. Well, Dale, maybe when you get your Social Security check, you might pay that internet bill. It might help.
You think that might? That's a good suggestion. All right.
Land.
Okay, John Ackerman, are you still with us tonight?
Yes, I'm right here, Dale.
Good, you're still there, John. All right, John, how's it going with the media liaison there?
Okay, well, all of the media initiatives are still rolling along as they were last month. And in our call last month, I said that I was looking for some social media warriors and for people to write letters to the editor, and I was quite pleased when two people from the call contacted me on Slack and asked for guidance on writing letters to the editor. So we got maybe some stuff going there.
Good.
And I would say to everybody, if you get a letter to the editor published in your local paper, let us know. You can let me know on Slack.
I want to recognize those individuals on a future state call, anyone that has done that. So, yes.
Yep. So letters to the editor and social media warriors, and that's anybody who's active in any form of social media, get in touch with me, and I want to get you plugged into that.
All right, John. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, let me kind of give you an update on the Indiana Live broadcast. Once again, we broadcast every Monday night at 7 p.m. If you are interested in coming on the broadcast, please let me know. We'll make arrangements for you to come on and talk about, a topic that is dear to you. We just had Larry Wee, district captain in District 68, I believe, on the August 26th broadcast, and Larry talked about some amendment ideas that he had. So looking for more people to come on. We're not going to broadcast on Labor Day, but so the next one will be September 9th, and Paul's going to come on and kind of review the Leadership Summit for everyone. But I want to announce tonight a really, I think, exciting feature that we're going to have on the broadcast starting September 16th. We're going to have Debbie Stewart, who is a volunteer, a COS volunteer, but she is also a homeschool teacher. And she teaches a class. She teaches Understanding the Constitution as a homeschool class. And she uses, as the resource for that class, she uses the Constitutional Literacy series by Michael Ferris. So Debbie has agreed to come on our broadcast on a regular basis, probably once a month to start out here, and give us a part of that on each broadcast. So it's going to be, I think, a great feature to our broadcast, and looking forward to having her on. Again, as a Convention of States volunteer, she has agreed to do this. So very, very good.
Hey, Dale, when are you going to do that?
I'm starting, she's going to be starting on September 16th.
Awesome. Institution Week. Cool.
Yeah. And the first broadcast will be kind of a general overview of what we're going to do with her part here on future broadcasts. But she'll kind of set the stage, talk about herself, and kind of set the stage for her series. So really excited about that. Okay. Maya, are you on tonight? I didn't know if you...
Sorry, Dale, you're stuck with me again. Maya's at a class tonight, so I can do her update.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, I forget the name of the lady you were just talking about.
Debbie Stewart.
Debbie Stewart. Maya's made contact with her as well, and they're arranging to have Maya come in and do a COS presentation to her homeschool class that she's teaching the Constitution to. And it's really pretty cool because one thing she's insisted on is that her students have some type of follow-up project related to Convention of States where they get involved and perhaps collect some petition signers or some other kind of project. So we'll see what she has in mind for that. And then Maya's also made progress with the Teenage Republicans here in Fort Wayne. We'll be doing a presentation there after Election Day on Convention of States. And our one of our local universities, Purdue Fort Wayne, just started a College Republicans Club that's related or associated with the Teenage Republicans. So she's met those members and will likely get in to do a presentation at Purdue University Fort Wayne as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. All right. Well, let's move on here. And I wanted to recognize another information table effort. Our co-district captain in District 28, Courtney Love, put on an information table in Danville, Indiana, at the Danville Night Out Against Crime event. And here's a picture of our information table. It's a good-looking table. Said they had a lot of interest. So I want to recognize Courtney for her effort there on another information table. Anytime any of you do an information table or any kind of event, please get me pictures. Please get pictures to me of what you're doing, so everybody can see and share in what you're doing there. Okay, I also want to recognize Richard Loken. Again, our new region captain, was a district captain in District 17, put out a newsletter. So this is something that I want to recognize anyone putting out a newsletter, because this is what we want every district captain to be doing every month, and that's communicating with the people in their district via a newsletter. And I know in Region 5, Melba Kaiser and Larry Hudson are in the process of putting out a newsletter. So I hope to recognize them again when they get that actually published. Okay. I don't think Tim Heidenreich's with us this evening. I think he's traveling. But once again, Tim is our prayer contact individual. So if you have any concerns or any issues, items in any of these areas that are shown here, please get in touch with Tim, and he can relay that then up to the national prayer group and get your needs addressed in prayer. Okay, I apologize, people, for all the technical problems tonight. We'll try our best with King Kashuba's help. We'll try our best to piece together a recording of tonight's call. So that's just, whenever you're dealing with technology, you never know what can happen. So that's just part of the game. So I'm going to quickly go around the horn here, and I'm going to touch on people that haven't spoken tonight. And Diane, are you still with us tonight? I'm going to unmute you there. Are you with us, Diane?
Oh, I am. Just enjoying hearing about all the progress, and had a very exciting time at the summit. I think that is a pivotal event for us, and it is so empowering to meet other activists. Indiana was so well represented by Paul going up on stage, getting an award right there in front of Levin. Loved seeing the Hoosiers there. I didn't get to meet Richard Loken, so I guess I'll have to wait till next year. I was behind the scenes a good bit. So I hope a lot more people can come next year. And we were also well represented by our legislator, our sponsor, Travis Holdman. Senator Travis Holdman was a panelist on one of the panels, and he spoke about how to persuade your legislator. So it was a very good time.
I'm so glad you mentioned him. I completely forgot to mention him. But yes, we had Senator Holdman from Indiana, a legislator, attend that, and we need to thank Paul for kind of setting that up.
Absolutely.
But yes, that was very good. And I did see you, Diane, up on the stage with all the other Convention of States people. So I did get to see you on stage there. So
okay.
All right, good. Thank you. Okay, let's go on down here. Ed Paraguay, you still there with us tonight, Ed?
Yes, I am, Dale. Not too much to say here. I'm busy making copies of the information that goes along with the 34 ready, and hoping to get it. I found out, I attended a funeral Monday morning and found out after the fact that Representative Dave Heine was present, and in fact, the fellow who told me that was one of those who I talked into coming to the library meetings we used to have in New Haven. So anyway, I was close, and now I know that I have a mutual contact. So I'm hoping to get in touch with his office this week yet and see if I can set something up.
Good deal, Ed. Good deal. Ed, I want to especially thank you. I understand people would a lot of people contact you about setting up the information table and the banners and everything. So I want to thank you for helping everyone out in that respect.
You're welcome. I'm glad I saved my sketches. It's pretty easy. Just send them an attachment, and then if they have questions, they can follow up with a phone call or an email. It worked out pretty well.
All right. All right. Thanks, Ed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Jerry Rowe, you still on with us tonight, Jerry?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good.
Good. I think it's working a little better now that I had to restart the pre-conference call.
Yeah. I've had to restart it a few times tonight myself.
So, yeah, the conference, the summit was absolutely fantastic. Just so inspiring. And
yeah, I got some pictures of you.
You got to meet all these people that at least I've worked with remotely for years, and get faces and stuff. It's just so refreshing to make those connections.
All right.
And next year they plan, there's talk of having it even bigger. I don't know how much bigger that would be, but maybe we need a Superdome or something, get everybody in there.
Well, good. All right. Thanks, Jerry. Thank you. All right. Let's go down here. George, you still with us tonight, bud?
Yeah, I'm around.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say either. I speak when I want to say something, so I've said what I needed to say. I'm really excited about all the stuff that's going on. Usually I got my ear to the rail and stuff, but there's some things going on that I haven't heard of or run across yet. And wow, we're smoking, dude. That's great. Great to hear.
We got a lot of things going on, and we need to start seeing some results. But we got a lot of good things going on. You're right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we don't have many district captains, but I tell you, what we got is quality stuff, man.
You're
cool
right.
beans. All right.
All
Good
right.
night, everybody. Have a nice Labor Day weekend. Be safe.
Thanks, George. Okay, Ken Colbert, I see. You finally make it on here? There, Ken. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good, Ken. Thanks. Ken was at our summit. You were at the summit, right, Ken?
I was. I thought it was very inspirational because, as you may know, in my household, my wife is not embracing what I'm doing.
Oh, really?
And so, I'm not kidding. So this is a situation where I know I'm on the right path, and I found comfort in surrounding myself with people that think the way I do. And so I found that very inspirational.
Good. Ken's a new district captain. Just finished his training in July, and he's in District 78, which is down in Region 8. So welcome aboard, Ken, and hopefully we're looking for big things out of Ken because he's a go-getter. He's a go-getter. So thanks for joining, Ken.
Appreciate that, Dale. Thank you.
Okay, let's get down. Whoa, Larry Hudson, are you with us tonight, Larry?
Yes.
Yeah,
How
hi,
you
Larry.
doing?
Glad you could join us tonight, bud.
Good to be here.
Got anything on your mind?
Well, I'll just pick up very briefly on what Ken spoke of earlier. We were talking, I always had a disconnect with the number of people that the last email said that I was going to reach versus the number that were in my house district. It was somewhere around 342 house signers, and I'd only get about 180 that were going to be reached by the blast email. When I went through and actually counted everybody, I guess I just fell trapped to, I'd see one or two that maybe opted out on a page, and so I never thought that that number was very large. But when I went through each individual page of all 342 people, I came up with 156 people who'd opted out. Well, that's 45% of my that's 45% of my house district. So I'm only reaching 55% of my house district with a blast email because they've all opted out. And then there were another 21 who had faulty email addresses or no email addresses. But so that was one of the things that Ken and I were talking about that he alluded to earlier.
Well, that's a lot of people to opt out. Wow.
Yeah. I would never have thought that.
Yeah. All right.
And he mentioned one other thing. In going through that list, I noticed there were very few 2 people with the same last name in my house district. It's as though they voted or they signed the petition, one person signed it and the spouse didn't. There were a few who were related, living in the same house. So I sent a blast email out to that remaining 180 people or so and asked them, hey, take a look. If you haven't, this is like voting. We want both individuals to vote. This is not one vote per household or not one signer per household. So I'm waiting. I think I've gotten 3 or 4 that have been positive and said, I've signed the petition.
That's a very good point. For those of you doing information tables, when you have when you're talking to a married couple about signing petitions to join COS, have each one do it. You need to have each person do it. Just having one doesn't count as 2. You got to have each person do it. All right, Larry. Thank you.
You bet.
Okay. I know I saw Melba. You there still?
I am, yes.
Okay, Melba, you got anything to say?
I had a question for you. You mentioned the number of targeted legislators every month, and I know that we're missing quite a few district captains. Are you actually having any of the district captains that you have target legislators that maybe are not in their district, but may not be in their House district, but may be in their Senate district?
Well, I think the answer is yes. We've identified all the targeted legislators, and we've put those on your region captain status report. So, we're not assigning those to you to specifically do that, but we're asking you to reach out to those once you've contacted and met with your assigned state legislators. So I guess the answer is yes, we're asking you to reach out to those targeted legislators in your region.
Okay, then I guess maybe I'm just not understanding why we haven't gotten to all the legislators.
Yeah. Okay, well, you and I can talk about that some more.
Okay.
I'll talk to you about that.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Thomas, are you always the last guy to be on this thing?
You always save the best for last.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Well, I'm going to tell you something about your little technology problem.
Yeah.
Is that your FCC was having media server problems, and every time I come on to do a monthly call or a region call, I do the diagnostics on the FCC, and it wouldn't even connect to the media server. And the only way I can connect here is just do a direct connect. But yeah, I believe the FCC is having problems.
No, it could very well be. Could very well be.
Because I'm just seeing your face right now, so I didn't see any don't see any screen whatsoever.
Really? Holy shit. Okay,
But anyway.
This has been the most frustrating call I've ever had, technology-wise here.
I know they're trying to. I know they got a new version of their what they call the beta version. I don't know when that is going live, or if they're trying to make it go live very soon. But it's out there in the wind somewhere. So let me get back to the real thing. I sent out an email. When was it? A couple of days ago to Jeff Rott's legislative liaison, not liaison, assistant. I'm sorry, to help set up a meeting between Rott's and Brad Barrett because they know each other. And I think Rott's was, and since me and Rott's know each other, I think it was a good call on my part. And then they came back and said they would are working on setting that meeting up.
Good.
So that's one. And then I got the gun show coming up in next month. Yes. In fact, 1 month from now.
That's in Richmond, right?
That's in Richmond at the Kuhlman Center.
All right. That ought to be a good time to get some petitions signed.
Oh well.
Okay.
I believe they have to pay their way to get in that thing. Or somebody complained they have to pay their way. I don't know what I'm just going to work it.
Okay. Good deal.
All
right. Thanks, Thomas. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Let's wrap it up then. Our next state call, I hope, will be on September 25th. And that'll be our September state call. September 25th, that's my wedding anniversary. So I haven't told my wife yet that we're going to be doing a state call that night. So I hope I don't make her too mad. But yeah, that'll be my wedding anniversary night. So anyway,
we'll pray for you, Dale.
Huh?
We'll pray for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I think after 54 years, I think I'll make it all right. So anyway, once again, sorry for all the technology problems tonight, but we'll hopefully with Ken Kashuba's help here, we'll hopefully piece something together in the form of a recording to get out to everyone. So keep up the good work, guys. We got a lot to do for the rest of this month. We are already talking about another strategy meeting for before the year's out to develop our strategy for 2020. So that's already in the talking stage. So you'll be hearing some more about that as we go along. So anyway, sorry we had to go so long tonight, but we got it all in. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.